Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's almost 1 o'clock on a Tuesday, and I'm here in Phrom Phong. I'm gonna go Phrom Phong to Asok, get on the Sukhumvit MRT, go up past Phetchaburi Station, and this is the airport train out to Suvarnabhumi. But then I'm gonna continue on past Rama 9 and go look around here, the Thailand Cultural Center. Now, I try to keep things very basic just in case this is the first video you're watching on Thailand, but this is the BTS, the overhead train system. I'm exiting that pay system. You can buy individual tickets at these booths or go to that window and buy a card, just put as much money on it as you'd like. I'm now going to the underground, which is the MRT system, and I'll have to purchase a separate ticket. MRT, BTS, two separate systems, two separate things you need to pay. And here at BTS Asok and MRT Sukhumvit, this is a really busy junction here in Bangkok. Off in the distance is the red light area, Soy Cowboy, and this large mall is the very popular Terminal 21. And you can see it's a pretty extensive underground and above ground train system. The trains are super safe, clean, and affordable, and they're really more convenient than sitting in a cab most of the time. Even right now at 1 in the afternoon, you never know, it could take forever to just do this little trip I'm taking on the train in 10 minutes. And just like most trains in the world, it depends on how many stops you're going. From Sukhumvit up to Thailand Culture, I think is it 2 or 3 stops? It was 21 baht. And the trains are well used. Again, it's 1:10 in the afternoon, and you can see the traffic at rush hour. It's pretty much an organized chaos, but it'll get the job done. Just remember to stand out of the way. The middle is for people exiting the train, and stand to either side. If you're standing right in the middle, yeah, you're gonna get ran down. When those train gates open at 5 or 6 p.m., there's dozens of people just pouring out in 5 seconds. And here's the map. I'm at Sukhumvit. I'm gonna go past Phetchaburi, Rama 9, and Thailand Cultural Center. If you kept on the line, La Prau, that's very popular these days. Oh, here's my train. But if you went down here to Bang Su, that is the main train station. It's been renamed. I'm not sure what the name is. I don't have it memorized, but you can catch a train to Hua Hin or all parts of Thailand. And you can see the trains are nice and clean, very safe. They run from 5 in the morning till midnight. The next stop, Phetchaburi, is where you can catch the airport rail link, the train heading out to Suvarnabhumi. And all the announcements on the train are in Thai, and then they say them in English. So here we are. It took 20 minutes, but I did wait 3 minutes for the BTS, and I probably waited 4 minutes for the MRT to show up. In the middle of the day, I think the trains arrive every 8 minutes, I think, and during rush hour, it's a little bit more like every 4 minutes, or maybe even shorter. Still, not a bad way to get around the city. Plus, it probably took me 3 or 4 minutes to walk between the BTS and the MRT. Again, none of this is a big deal. Just giving you an idea if this is going to be your daily commute. And it says off to the left here is the Embassy of the People's Republic of China. Plenty of embassies around Bangkok. Now, the BTS I ride every day, so I have a card loaded with money. The MRT I rarely ride, so I just get an individual poker chip. You tap it when you're walking into the train, and then you drop it in the slot to exit. It's not rocket science. Again, if you're going to make this trip every day, I'm not sure how the MRT system works, but I assume it's like the BTS. You go over there and get a card, put 1,000 baht on the card, and there you go. And once again, I make these videos almost every day, and I did zero research. I just woke up and decided to come out this way. They do have these little maps of the local area around the train. I know on the other side, exit, what does that say, 3 or 4 is this Esplanade. I've been in there before. In fact, I think that's where I saw Jack White. I think he performed on the top story there. And back here it says the train night market. I thought the train night market closed, but I'm not sure. And on this side, I'm going to exit 1 right now. This, I believe is the Thailand Cultural Center, if I'm pointing to the right place. My friend just came to a play up here, and she was all dressed up, high heels, the works. It was raining, so she knew it would be a hard time to get a cab, so she got on the MRT here and was taken back a little bit that the cultural center, she assumed, was attached to the train, but I think she said it was about a mile away, so we'll see. Along with the cultural center here at exit 1, it says the Embassy of Korea is in this area. And I'm already going to correct myself. I'm looking across the way at the Esplanade. That's not where Jack White played. It was either the next train stop to the right or left. It was in this area, and it began with an E. Or no, it was an R. Ratchadat Theater, perhaps? Not sure. Anyhow, I am just exiting the MRT. I'm not sure which way to go. It looks like this is a big empty nothing over here, but we'll at least take a peek. That might be one of the embassies because it's pretty much like a huge compound. Let me get up here and try to peek down in. No, it's just a big vacant lot, and it looks like you have to go a ways to hit some office buildings. So I'm gonna go back in the other direction. There's a cockpit, which is like a Midas muffler in the US. Mufflers, car batteries. I don't think you get tires there, I'm not sure. But just basic auto services. And I'm 99% sure this is Ratchapisik Road, just like up on the other side by the Queen Sirkit Convention Center. That's Ratchapisik, but that little stretch of road right by Terminal 21 is a Sukhumvit. So if I'm piecing it together, Ratchapisik is this big long road, except for that little area right in front of Soy Cowboy and Terminal 21. That's a Sukhumvit. Now I correct myself. I see tires. Oh, those are Harley. I see tires in there and oil changes, brakes. And she was correct. You don't get out of the train and walk directly into the Thailand Cultural Center. I think it's off in this area off to the right, but we'll find out. And right on the other side of the road, if you were to have exited, what'd I get out on? 1, so the even side, I guess 2 and 4, just looks like some office buildings. There are some condos a short distance away on the other side. This is kind of cool. This guy's having some kind of chain problem, and it looks like this guy came pulling up with some tools from one of the local shops, getting back on the road. Just walked about 100 feet, 150 feet from the MRT, and there's a large gas station with open seated food court. It says ramen. And right on the other side of the street is a large Big C grocery store. There's plenty of places for cheap coffee. I see 25 baht, and places to eat in the area. There's some kind of large walkway. So I'm not positive if that's the cultural center over there. I thought it was off to the right, but I could be wrong. Plenty of traffic in this area, and no, that area over there is called the street, which I'm assuming is a shopping mall, but they have a beautiful walkway. There's no way you can navigate running across these busy streets. There you go, we're on Ratchapisik, and this is gonna be the first right turn. Maybe 200 feet down on the left is where I got off at the MRT. I'm now heading off in this direction. That walkway takes you into another large building over here. The CW Tower. And I'm walking in the direction of the next MRT stop, which is Wa Kwong. You can see it on the road sign up there. But I am going to head into the CW Tower and see if on the other side I see that Thailand Cultural Center. Just trying to get my boundaries. And it looks like somebody had a bad day in that 4x4. That doesn't look good at all. And I'm actually using the overhead just to, there's no way you can get across these streets. I mean, you'd be dumb to try when you have a nice overhead. And that side, the street, it says sip, walk, talk, and share. So another mall within 200 meters. And Coming from this direction, I am going to go back down the stairs and walk off over there. I'm guessing that large building with the former king painted on it, I'm just guessing that that's the cultural center. Again, she's right. That's not a very short walk from the MRT, especially if you're in high heels. Motorbike would be the way to go. Unless there's a shortcut that I'm unaware of, the MRT is over here, and this all looks pretty secured. So you'd have to do what I just did, walk all the way down here, come on the overhead to get across this busy road, and then go down here, see what's back over there. And I'm not sure if there's condos or hotels attached to this CW tower. It appears to be mostly business. First impressions getting off at Thailand Cultural Center is not a lot of condos right within a very short walk of the exit. Well, I take that back. On the other side, that RS tower, I'm assuming that's condos on top and businesses down below. And getting our boundaries, that RS tower is on the other side of the Thailand MRT Cultural Center. We walk down that way. We're now on this road and heading off in this direction. And it looks like we need to go a couple hundred meters before we see what's back there. Here is a Mazda certified pre-owned showroom, I guess. Yeah, I drove a little Mazda 3 into the ground in California. Good little car. I think I'm getting close. Looks like a nice restaurant. Come get a bite to eat before you head in for a performance. And there it is. I guess it's also home to the National Art Gallery. And I hate to keep pointing to that same building, that RS tower, but that is an easy landmark to get a feel for how far you'd have to walk to get back here. I just did it, no problem. Maybe a 10 or 11 minute walk, but once again, if it's raining or you're all dressed up, that might not be the most comfortable walk. Also, something that's a little bit strange, the walkway to get over these busy streets dumps you off on this side, but there's no overhead bridge to get over where I assume thousands of people are going to head for a performance. So maybe this would be a situation where you just go early and get in a cab, get taken right to the front door. Because this, even right now at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, is not a fun street to run across. Right across the street, I'm assuming this is a big used car lot. Car to buy, A1. They do have a lot of cars on the lot. Mercedes, BMWs, all kinds of things. And I really don't want to, but I think I'm going to have to try to run across this road, or at least figure out how to cross it, because this is not the cultural center. That must be it back there. This says it's the National Art Gallery. Unless they're combined. I need to get over there and figure it out, but it's going to be a game of chicken getting across this road. Yes, looks like I was correct. This is the National Art Gallery, and this to the right is the Thailand Cultural Center. And that is a painting of the former king. He was really loved here in Thailand. And here you go, there is a guard here. He doesn't seem too interested in kicking me out just yet, but there are some government buildings back here. The Ministry of Culture. Really nice back here. Manicured grounds and 3 or 4 smaller buildings. Multi-purpose building, it says. And I assume that's the larger area for plays and performances. And I'm just going to guess that large building off in the distance perhaps is the Ministry of Culture building. It's all in Thai, but it's a little more utilitarian compared to the other beautiful buildings over here. And here's the entrance into the performance area. They have a BMW on display. I did ask the guard if it's possible, can I take a picture on the inside of the seating area and all, and he said, no, I'm sorry. I wish I could allow you in, but no can do. The one thing you kind of have to get used to are guards everywhere over here in Thailand. I mean, there's 2 guys just sitting right there. I don't know what for. I just walked by filming and they didn't seem to care. But just to keep an eye on things, don't be put off by all the guards. I mean, at my condo, when I come walking up at 2 in the morning, there's 2 guys in the guard shack and then another guy up at the front door. I guess that's good. I'm not complaining, but just get used to it when you come over here. There's going to be a security guard everywhere. And it looks like they're moving some offices or something. It's good to see Thailand and my new city here, Bangkok, supporting the arts. I'm not a huge play guy and all. I kind of got my fill of that in New York with my ex-wife. She worked in New York half the time, and I was at those plays all the time. I did see Blue Man Group way back in the early 90s off Broadway before they kind of blew up. Small theater with a couple hundred people. That was cool. And here's a peek in one of the multi-purpose buildings. It's just a big, huge empty space right now with a stage. Sure could be used for all kinds of performances or dances. Our landmark Sky Tower off in the distance. That's where the MRT is. So in between the MRT, behind the MRT on this side anyhow, and the Thailand Cultural Center, there's just not a whole lot other than this big, huge compound. I'm going to try to sneak to the other side of, what is it called? The Thailand Soft Power Space. Thailand Soft Power Space. I think it's a dance kind of performance area, and see if I can peek off in the distance. But I just have a feeling this whole area is going to be gated in. And it's an important area with the National Art Gallery and all, so it should be well secured. Yeah, and there's no way to get out of here. Plus, it doesn't look like there's anything but a vacant lot on the other side. So I assume this is just all government land, even though it's right in the heart of Bangkok. I did just ask one of the security guards, this all seems to be very quiet up here, if I could pay to go in the art gallery. And he didn't speak English, but he just says, closed. So I'm not sure what the exact hours are, but if you're an art lover, check it out. Looks like a big, huge, beautiful facility. And of course, I always keep an eye on the weather when I'm out running around, kind of a long ways from home. Those look like some ominous storm clouds off in the distance, but I'm still gonna explore a little bit more in this area before I head back towards the MRT. I might jump over to the other side where that Esplanade and the street malls are. Once again, I didn't see any life buildings or the telltale signs of expat condos, but we are pushing away out here just a little bit, so they're a little fewer and far between. Off in the distance, and it's longer than you think. Back here I see some different buildings. I'm sure that's for folks that are driving. That building might be closer to the next MRT stop. I certainly wouldn't get off at Thailand Cultural Center and walk over there. Other than that, there's just not a lot in the area. So I'm gonna get back across this road and cross over on that bridge towards that mall, the street. Even looking down this way, there's those 4 large towers, but that, I try to keep these videos close to the train, and that is not close at all. That's a good 3-kilometer walk, I'd guess. Yeah, and I can't really get over, that's not great planning with the MRT being over here, yet you have to go all the way around over this sky bridge and then come around and then go back over here. With the MRT down there, just some kind of a walkway, I'm sure it'd be expensive, but that came across, that's the cultural center right there. So if you're doing it on foot power from the MRT, just be aware you got to make this loop. It's not the end of the world, just pointing it out. So I'm back on the bridge. MRT straight up the way, about 150 meters. Of course, exits on both sides of Ratchapisic. I'm back on the overhead bridge and heading over to the street shopping center. I'm sure they have all the typical offerings, including a Home Pro Plus. That's like the Home Depot in Thailand. Yeah, it's not super fancy like a Paragon or anything, but it's a nice functional mall. Bookstores, places to eat. They do have a Jets. That's the big 24-hour fitness all over Bangkok. Now they do have a Foodland supermarket down here in the basement, but once again you have a big C right outside. Here's a place called Mr. Pizza. It looks like it's Japanese or Korean chain, I'm not sure. And an Italian Thai fusion place. If you are a person who is interested in moving to Thailand or Southeast Asia, yet you're just not a fan of Asian food, hey, there's plenty of Western options over here. Just expect them to come at a higher price. You're not going to get a 60 baht meal like you would chicken and rice anywhere in any of these. Oh great, there's some thunder and lightning. Any of these places in Thailand, you're going to pay, you know, closer to $10 for that meal. And here's the Big C shopping center. It's starting to sprinkle, so I'm heading back towards the train. Off behind Big C, on the map anyhow, it said the train night market, which I always thought the train night market had gone under, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's resurfaced back up here. It's, again, only 2 or 3 in the afternoon, so nothing will be going on now, but check that out if you're up here in the evening. Maybe I'll make a video soon. And here's some interesting art at the Thai Life Insurance building. And when you hear the thunder and lightning, I don't have to be told to make a run for the train. So that's it. That's a peek around the Thai Cultural Center. I was going to get off behind the street here and see how far back those condos were. But yeah, I'm not going to do it in a major downpour. And it's getting to be 2:30 in the afternoon. And that's the time, if it's going to rain, that it starts. 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon. The rain normally starts pouring. So thank you so much for following along, checking out this look around the Thailand Cultural Center. Consider subscribing, and have a great afternoon.